The final review is going to be on Transformers, Rise of the Beasts, Beast Alliance, Rhinox. Stay tuned. Rodimusbill here, and today we're going to do a Transformers, Rise of the Beast, Beast Alliance, Rhinox. Now, first we'll take a look at the package. There's Rhinox in his Rhino mode. The Transformers Rise of the Beast package. There were Transformers. Beast Alliance. Looks like it's got Optimus Prime holding as a weapon. And they are officially Beast Battle Masters. And then this side's completely open. You can see the directions right there. And it is 6 steps for Rhinox. Alright. Now we're just going to cut them out. Not bad. And the instructions are folded all the way underneath it, so they can't lose them. Oh, and there's the bottom. And here's the UPC. Alright, so before we look at Rhinox, let's look at the instruction booklet. Alright, Rhinox. Not much. Okay. Spread out the legs, do all this good stuff, fold them together, flip the legs, and that's where you got him in. Now he comes, looks like he comes mistransformed. So let's pop out the legs, and then we shall see Rhino. And to me, right off the bat, he looks like he's a pretty good Rhinox mode. Let's move the camera. All right. And he is pretty cool. I mean, look at that. You've got the brown and the silver, all that metal going along. Looks like he's got green eyes. You got a lot of paneling detail under the sky. He's got 2 horns. Let's see. You got all that detail in. Pretty neat. Looks like wires and stuff. You come to the back. You got the tail. You've got the gray legs. You got the, like, I think it's, what is it, silver or gray? Maybe gunmetal gray or metallic silver. Well, these are different. This is gunmetal gray, and that's probably silver. There is a difference right here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but there is a difference. There he is from the bottom, his top, and there he is. Now, for articulation, you can do the leg all which ways, and that's about it. The legs move, as you can see when he transforms, and the head is pretty static, and that's about it. These remind me of the old Battle Masters during the Titan Return and the Power of the Prime days, which brings me to our comparisons. Now, well, I'm going to show you some comparisons about all the animal Battle Masters, how they compare like in the old days, and then I'm going to show you him as a weapon, and we'll have Rhinox play with himself when we're done here. Alright, let's get to those comparisons. Let's see, our first comparison, we are gonna do Shuffler. Shuffler is an elephant, so that's an elephant and a rhino, pretty cool. And then we're gonna do Rhino on Rhino. This is Ramhorn and Rhino. So we got 2 rhinoceroses going after each other. We got Smashdown. Now some of these aren't really weapons, but they're little Battle Masters kind of type. This is Skullgrin, the Pretender. And let's see. Then we got Sawback. So we got a lion. Now he's a big lion compared to a Rhinox, but that's Sawback. Let's see. Crash Bash. There we go. Tyrannosaur. Alright, we got Lionizer. This guy becomes, yes, a sword. And we got Tyraxodon. Pterodactyl becomes an axe. And then your typical blowpipe. And that is blowpipe for you. Of course, here's the comparison you've all been waiting for. Rhinox versus Rhinox. And that's what they look like. Pretty cool. So I think they did a good job of duplicating him for the real life. So you've got all the metallic colors sticking out. You got the silver, you got the cable wire, you got real metallic And on the Kingdom version, it's still got that realistic skin. Yeah, you can see some green, but he doesn't have that many robot parts sticking out. Of course, this guy never has a real tail. But you got the green parts here and there. But all in all, I think it's a pretty good figure. And let's see. So you've got the two horns. He's got green eyes. He's got red, which is a bummer. The tail reminds me of Winnie the Pooh tail or Tigger or something like that. You've got the big, strong front feet. Now, his front and back feet are all pretty powerful. His back feet are pretty smaller, but you still got the big thickness of the leg. So, I mean, this guy's got a little hump right here. I may not have transformed him all the way. This guy's not easy. And this guy's got the little hump right there, too. There is the front of them. There is the back of them. And there is the side-by-side. So, all in all, a pretty good representation of what a metal-looking, real-life rhinoceros would look like on the big screen and in real life. Alright, now let's transform him to his weapon mode. Alright, now to transform Rhinox into his Gatling gun. First what we're going to do is we're going to split him at the tail like this, and you're going to swing this whole entire piece back. I'm going to do the same for the other side. And yes, this middle piece does fall off like that. And then once you got that, you're going to now fold just this piece. There's a tab and a slot right there. And you're just going to fold that back in on itself like that. Then you're going to flip them over. And on the outside legs, you're going to rotate and fold down. Oh. You're going to rotate and fold down like that. And then while you're here, you're going to pull down the 5mm port or tab. And then these legs, you just want to fold down, and we'll put them in the back like that. So twist and turn. So that's what we got going along the side. And actually, what do the instructions have you do? Actually, the instructions have you, these two are pointing in, but they don't really fit. So we're just going to point these, all of them going to point to the back. And then I'm going to turn them over, and that is his Gatling gun. Pretty cool. And see, like I said, this does pop off. There's just two slots right there. You can just slide these up here like that, or just stick them on. And let's look at the weapon. You got the beast. That's the butt. There's the face of his butt's almost by his head. So there you go. That I like how they fold up on themselves. There's his tail. So it's pretty cool. Now what scares me is the 5mm port does not have that much room around for a hand. They could have designed this just a little better. But oh well. Let's do some comparisons while we're here. First we're going to bring in Cheetor. Now, Cheetor becomes some kind of a sword or a knife. It goes like this, but what I like to do is go upside down and jab. You can see a review for him. He's up. So that is the two beasts. Now, I noticed he had a Gatling gun originally, and so he turns into a Gatling gun. He used his tail as a weapon, and now he's got a weapon himself. So that is what these two guys are. And it's going to be interesting to see what else are out there. All right, now we're going to do... let's see. This is Traxodon. So he becomes like a swinging axe, a two-bladed axe, which is pretty cool. And we got Smashdown, becomes a hammer. Reminds me of like Ultra Magnus's hammer. So let's see. And here's your traditional blowpipe, battle master, target master. Here is your Pretender, Shell, Power the Primes. This guy is like a big claw. Rah, rah, rah. And they got creative. This sawback was a shield. So, I don't know. Poor sawback. You'd hate to be that guy. And then Lionizer was a sword. Pretty cool on the old days. And then I guess that's it for the comparisons. And now we're going to bring in the big guy. Let's raise this up some. We're going to bring in Rhinox to play with Rhinox. Alright, now we're going to lose one of the guns. Alright, now let's see how this does. You put the 5mm slot right there. And oh wow, he looks nice. Look at that. I think I like this better than the Cheetor. Look at that cool gun. Let's see. Let's kind of make him like he's holding it like that. Pretty cool. And yeah, definitely a Gatling gun. I mean, it is pretty cool, perfect for Rhinox. And here's the figure with the gun, and we'll bring in Tarantulas, and he's gonna aim and shoot Tarantulas. So that is Rhinox playing with himself, or a version of himself. Remember, this isn't suitable for 14 or younger. Alright, so that is Rhino, and I like they didn't quite get the perfect color match, but I think it's close enough, because this is supposed to be more of a realistic tone, because it is like it's not a studio series per se. Let's see, what is this? It's no, not a studio series at all. It's just, oh, that's the other box. Just Rhinox. And this guy, it says 6 steps. That's it. So, all right. And as always, I transform these guys back. I always start as they come. Most reviewers don't do that. They only do one way, but I always do both ways. Whoops. Sorry about that. It's hard using my normal camera because these guys are so low to the ground. But, alright, so to transform back, obviously we want to push the little port in. And I guess you can take this, swing it back, take the other side and swing it back, and then you can either keep the Gatling gun on, I don't know why it comes off, and then just pull this whole thing forward, pull this whole thing forward. He's got those 2 tabs right there, click them together, and then you can straighten out the cool feet. I love how the feet are on ball joints too, so you can move them all around and give them more maneuverability. Alright, and there is Rhinox. Pretty cool looking rhino, if you say so myself. But, yeah, I got this guy at Target. He was only like $6.29. I'm glad that they're coming out with the new figures finally. But hey, if you want to get this figure, and there is a link below from like Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon, feel free to click that below and help me out a little. I do YouTube just for fun. Like and subscribe to my channel. Please turn on notifications so you know when we do new videos. I do Transformers, but I do new toy sightings. I do some DC and Marvel. I try to do it all. I used to do DVD unboxings, but not many DVDs come out lately. Everything's on streaming, but new toy sightings, those are my big ones. Every time I see these guys in the store, I get so excited. I whip out the camera, my phone, and I do a new toy sighting to let people know what area that they're coming out in. Alright, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you at the movies. Rhinox. Roar.